Now we're going to do an Ezekiel with the gi from side mount. First thing you want to remember about side mount is you got to keep control of the person and keep control of their head. So you're going to come in, come up underneath the head, up underneath the arm, lock your hands together. Keep your knees really wide, but your hips always back. You want to stay away from their legs. The one place you don't want to be is in their guard. Take your hands and pull them towards yourself so that you can put your shoulder right into their face. What you want to try to do is put your shoulder either in the cheek or up into the temple. Not by leaning forward. You don't want to change your base. Pull them to you and dig your shoulder into their face. If you control the head, you control the body. So if I can keep his head turned, he cannot turn back into me and return guard. Now I'm going to actually let go with my hands, so I don't want to release the pressure, so I'm actually going to grab a hold of the gi. That way I can continue to keep that shoulder pressure. Now, he's defending his throat. He knows that I like to do chokes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab his lapel, the one furthest away from me, and I'm going to hold it like a knife. When you hold like a knife, it allows the rest of the gi to act as a rope. I'm going to take this lapel and I'm going to pass it over the individual's forearm, and I'm going to give it to my other hand, trapping his arm. Now in most cases, when you start to trap the person's arm, they start to worry about their arm. Even if he goes to pull his arm out, it won't make any difference on this particular choke. I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to come underneath the arm, closest to me, and stick my hand inside the lapel. I'm now going to pass it all the way over to my own arm. So what I have done here is I'm holding the lapel like this. This arm is underneath the head. I'm taking my arm and I'm bringing it right here into the gi. And I'm passing in front of the throat until I can grab my own forearm. I'm not going to grab my gi. I'm simply going to use the palm of my hand on my forearm, because the actual motion for the choke will be I will pull this arm across the throat and slide my hand down my own arm. So when I pass it over the top, motorcycle grip, palm down. I reach up underneath and I pass my arm in front of the throat and grab my own arm, okay, open palm. Now, to get more leverage on the Ezekiel, I'm going to pull the lapel tight across the neck and I'm going to pop up to knee to belly. My shin's going across the stomach and I'm going to base my other foot out. Now from here, I'm simply going to slide and stretch to get my submission. The beautiful thing about Ezekiel, as opposed to most chokes you have to pull somebody in and close off the space. Ezekiel, you actually push them away. So when I'm holding that lapel, I'm actually stretching my arms away. And in most people's natural reaction to defend a choke, they try to push you away, which actually enhances your Ezekiel choke. So once again, you're in side mount. Always remember, control the head. Pull the arms in, keep the pressure on that head. Grab a hold of their shoulder to keep the pressure. Grab the lapel, pull it out, and hold it like a rope. Pass the arm, pass the lapel over the arm, grab motorcycle grip, palm down. Take your hand, reach inside, pass it in front of the throat, give it to your own hand. Now, pop up, knee to belly, stretch, and submit. Proper positioning for your hips and legs when you're holding someone in side mount. First off, you want to keep your knees as wide as you can, okay? Good base, and you keep your toes fairly close together. One of the things that people do is they have a tendency to keep their feet out like this. When you do that, your opponent will have a tendency to put their foot over the top of that and make life a little bit more difficult for you. So keep your toes relatively close together this way and push your hips back. This is your base, okay? So knees apart, toes close, push your hips back. Now when I want to lock the person's head, I simply take my hands and pull them in this way. That pushes my shoulder forward. And now I can dive my shoulder into that space to help hold the individual. So that will look like this. Get your lock up. Try to get your elbow and knee to touch. The other knee and tight, and move up towards the head. Don't be afraid to move up. Here, I'm too close to his leg. Move all the way up. Hips back. Pull, head in, dive your shoulder into their face to get a good hold. Never lean up, always stay back. That will make a big, big difference in your overall game to hold somebody in a very important position. Now we'll apply the technique a little faster. You can see it in real time.